Hello, everyone. We're super excited to have some special guests on today that's going to talk about this it's not a new technology, but the disc profile system on how we analyze someone's personality to see if they're a fit for you. I have two special guests coming right now. Go big or go home, baby. All right. We are here. We are Facebook Live. Thank you, everyone who is basically starting to show up. Maybe they might be heading to lunch, breaking away from work, or maybe they might be at work and just want to hear what we have to kind of talk about here for a few short minutes. We have a super cool event coming up on July 28th, and we have some special guests on here to kind of tell us what that all is about. And that is Diana Bracken and Jennifer Whelan from Vitality Realty. Thank you. And
hello.
Yay. So tell us this wonderful event that you have planned and what was your real mission behind the disc profile class and training that's coming up on July 28th. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we are independent brokerage, and we're always looking for new ways to serve our agents, to serve our clients, to train our agents to serve our clients. And in that, we found that one of the greatest trainings I ever had as an individual agent before we branched into this was the DISC profile. And in fact, when we onboard agents, we actually have them take the DISC profile. And I use this in my interactions with people every single day, day in, day out. It's become just part of who I am. And it's so exciting because it dawned on us that not a lot of people know what this is or the value that it brings to you as your ability to connect to people, but also as a value to serve them. Because if you're not talking and serving in the way that they understand, you're never going to connect.
You missed the mark on a lot of opportunities. And it's really interesting just to be able to assess people and their personalities quickly so you can relate to them, because it's all about relationships. If you're not connecting with somebody, it's hard to create that relationship, which as a result, you're not going to be nearly as successful as you could potentially be.
Yeah.
That's so good. And, I personally use the DISC profile assessment test on any new hire that I do. And I've even evaluated my own personal team, even after they were hired, just so I can kind of see how one person might work well with another as it relates to our overall process. Because just as much as we want somebody to try to fit a position, we also want to be able to have them fit and play well with others, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So, I think that's super cool. But tell us a little bit more about how this DISC profile can relate to lead generation and clients, and how that's going to be taught on July 28th.
So we're going to save the secret sauce for our coach, because there's so much to it. It's going to be great. But I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
So all of us have dominant things. So like the DISC Pro is actually an acronym for dominant, influence, steady, and conscientious. And we are all some portion of that therein, but we stand in our strengths at the higher number. So for instance, I'm extremely high D, which is dominant. That's a driver. I get things done. I don't like to small talk too much. And then conversely, my second one is influencer, which I love to talk. I want to hear your story. It just depends on whether or not I am talking about business or if we're talking about pleasure. And that's really where my delineating feature goes. And Jen's disc profile is identical.
It's very similar. And I'm a high I, and most real estate agents are high Is. And a lot of times, if you're in high I, you lack in like the S or the C categories. So if you find somebody like a partnership, like what Diane and I have, we work off of each other's strengths.
Yeah.
And especially in the shifting market that we have going on right now, it's really important for realtors and people in the industry to understand and recognize what that looks like, because it keeps you almost recession proof. So you're able to connect with your current clients, you're able to connect with your past clients, your sphere of influence. I mean, it's one big, massive ball of
it all connects. So
all connects.
A lot of times we have agents that are newer into the markets. They came into this market when it was burning down. I mean, it wasn't even on fires, it was burning down. And so in that, it made for fairly easy connections to people. It was pretty easy for you to get a buyer, and to get them into a home was a little bit harder. But if they're willing to be with you on the journey, the adventure usually ended up, where they got a house and everybody won, which is fabulous. Now, however, as we shift, there's going to be a lot more people that are really going to want you to connect. You're going to spend time with your sellers now. You're not just going to get it to take, bad pictures on your iPhone, which we've never done, by the way, and throw a sign in the yard. Now it's going to be relationship. You're going to interview for that listing, and then you're going to be in it for the long haul. So it's not, oh, look, it sold in 4 hours. Let's all collect a check and have a great day. You didn't have time to connect. Now, as we shift, this is going to help you not only get whatever leads that you have to be able to connect to them on a genuine, authentic level. You're going to know what they need to be served. And then in response, that's how they're going to respond, because you're actually serving them in the way they need.
Yeah, I think man, I'm really intrigued. And of course, I always want to learn more any way I can, especially a lot of, I go through a lot of coaching programs just like yourself, and personal growth and assessment of how we can be better. I've always used the DISC profile for my employees. Never even thought in a million years we could use it for, generating leads or our clients or past client database. So the secret sauce that you're talking about, I'm anxious to hear about on July 28th. So tell us, if you can, if there's any way you can, before this July 28th, how can we be able to get a full DISC assessment on a client to learn about them without maybe taking this 20-30 minute test?
So that's the magic of this class, is she's going to help you figure out what your DISC type is. So you actually learn about yourself in this process if you don't already know. And let me tell you, your DISC profile changes as you grow.
It does. It does.
So mine is vastly different from when I first entered as a realtor way back in the day. And then she's going to help you to interpret those results, what that means for you, how you work, and how you relate to people around you. And then here's the secret sauce. She's going to teach you how to determine your DISC type profile within 60 seconds of meeting someone. And I can tell you, y'all, I do this, and 99% of the time it is accurate.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually had someone comment in the initial chat when we posted this, that I've taken this DISC profile several times. It's always the same every time. And I have to say that I don't believe that's always true, and most of the time will not be true.
Correct.
Because you evolve, you change, no different than you kind of change your friends every 7 years, as a kind of this rule of thumb. I think your personality changes just as much, or if not more. And so things happen in your life, events happen in your life, circumstances happen that can change you for the positive, or hopefully not the negative. but that then can change the outcome of your disc profile. Any comments on that?
No, I think you're absolutely
You
spot
nailed it.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's really neat is the instructor who's flying in for this class. She's been trained by one of the biggest and most well-known disc instructors in the country. She has studied countless hours, you know, what that looks like, how to really dissect what that looks like, how to respond. And so, I mean, she really knows her stuff. So,
Okay, so let's talk about that. So you two are not going to be putting on the class. You're simply hosting
correct.
the event. You've put this whole thing together, which I think is a fantastic idea. I don't think it's ever been done, to my knowledge, in
I don't know.
our area.
Free.
Yeah, first of
So
its kind in our industry.
it is open to who?
It's open to realtors within the Middle Tennessee area. So it is extremely limited seating. So it is important that y'all either, so James is going to have a link, I believe that is
Yes.
below,
Yep.
that you can register directly from here, or you can actually visit Vitality's webpage as well. If it's easier for you to just, interested going blah, 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 just for the Facebook statement, and we will reach out to you. We also have Eventbrite for that. So it's imperative. Also, we are feeding you. It is free. So this is the magic of sponsorship, y'all. So James Harper is one of our sponsors that is helping put you in this location, paying for this coach, and getting some food in your bellies as well.
Yeah.
So
who's some of the other sponsors we have?
We have a Brent Scott with Premier Home Inspection, so he's going to be one. Additionally, it's going to be at Structure Title. So Ms. Katie Caldwell, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Is going to be in Smyrna off of Interstate
in that
I-40.
big, beautiful building, y'all.
Yeah, the Smyrna Ready Mix building, beautiful, beautiful building in one of the conference rooms. So yeah, thank you. A huge shout out to everybody who is sponsoring.
And it's vision.
Yeah, and it's nice because you guys understand how important it is, and you want people to succeed. And even for our agents, like, we want to help our agents, and you can apply this to your business, and it could potentially change your business. And so it's nice that you guys see that and have that same heart of service as well.
Well, we love, I mean, I know we personally as PRMI, we love to have vision on being able to help anybody grow, whether it's in the real estate market or their, personal business. So what is the number one takeaway we want to get from the class? The class is from 11:30 to 4 p.m. on July 28th in Smyrna. All the information as far as the address is on the link. When you click on the link, you can also go to my personal post at James Harper on my Facebook page, or Primary Residential's Facebook page of Hendersonville. And then, of course, they've already mentioned to go to Vitality's personal website, which is somewhere in this link coming up below their website. There it is, myvitalityhome.com. And so you got lots of ways in which you can register for this event, come to the event. They will be reaching out to you personally to get your lunch order. We want you to show up, be there, participate, learn, and we want to get a takeaway of what when they leave.
So Mary Lou is a hoot. She's extremely interactive. You're not going to sit there and be talked and preached to. So she's going to actually get you hands-on and deep into it. So when you leave, you're going to be able to create a plan that complements your strengths and also teaches you how to cultivate those strengths to work with all types. So that way, when you call a lead that's interested, let's say you have a buyer who you just got out of the blue, just called you. This is going to give you a way to instantly connect and to work with them in their strengths and yours. And it's really just going to set your business on fire.
So is the real connection from what you learned from this class, is the real connection to be able to understand a little bit more based on the way they're communicating with you as to whether they're a D or an I or an S or a C? Is that kind of the idea behind the training, but not necessarily I mean, obviously from the training, you're going to learn how to read a disc profile report, I'm sure. But when you're having this one-on-one conversation with a new client or a past client or a potential listing, that's the secret sauce that we're going to learn without having to physically take the test, right?
Exactly.
Correct. But you will be able to take the test as well. So just so you know, like everybody who registers will be given a link to the actual disc test. So you can even understand how you function and maybe learn some things about yourself of positives and maybe some areas that you might need to hire or maybe areas that you need to improve on. So it's both self-recognition as well as, you know,
I love that, because we always think that we're projecting ourselves in a way that others are going to see it the way we feel like we're delivering it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to do is
mean that's how you are delivering it. You may think you are, but you're really coming across in a different way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is be too talkative and too bubbly with somebody who may be a high D and a high C, for instance. It will shut them down.
No wonder Diane always wants to get off the phone with me. No wonder.
There's a lot of bubbles on this line right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
You're talking to the right people.
So Diane, do you ever just look at Jennifer and say, will you just stop talking and quit being so bubbly?
Never.
No, me never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or do you just walk out of the room?
Jennifer needs to make more lists like the S and the C's, which we
Or you
will
just
learn
walk
that in
out
the
of the
class.
you just walk out of the room on her. I'm done talking to you.
I'm over it.
All right, let's see. Do we have any questions here, Joshua? Do we have any before we get off of here? All right, Michelle says, learning how to communicate with clients, colleagues, and even our own personal relationship is a great tool and is not only the business, but personal life.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely true.
Very true. You can apply it to both worlds. Yeah.
Cute little baby she has there. I'm so proud of her that she's my daughter.
Oh, she's not spoiled.
No.
Any other questions here? Another mention here is not to mention the marketability advantage of doing this.
Absolutely.
Yes. So good. So good. All right. So we're going to wrap this up. Of course, this is the live version. We'll be able to share this and post it for others to view it when they're maybe off work or later on tonight when they have some free time. Any other comments that you want to say before we say goodbye and let's see you on July 28th?
I would just say, please make sure you register, because we want to make sure we have a good head count so we know how to move forward at the event. As far
This event will be full, by the way, people.
It will be.
It will be
maxed out. So the sooner you register, the better, because we are maxed out at 40 seats. And there's a couple of reasons for that. We mainly want to make sure we have good engagement with everybody that's there and have class participation and also be able to give you individual one-on-one attention. Am I correct there?
Yes. And we want to bring value. This is what it's all about, is bringing you valuable information. So, and we have workbooks that we plan on printing and passing out. So that's another reason why that's extremely important. So yes, please.
Vitality's doing a great thing here. All agents that are interested in learning more about this, please register below. We thank you, ladies, for coming on. It's been awesome. And we will talk to you soon. We'll see you July.
And we'll see you all on the 28th.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.